Visionary health guru, weight loss expert, author, spokesperson, and natural foods icon, Dr. Louise Gittleman is a foremost expert on health and nutrition. Highly respected as a pioneer in her field, Dr. Louise is an award-winning author of more than 30 books on health and nutrition and has been recognized as one of the top 10 nutritionists in the U.S. by Self magazine. Early on in her career, Dr. Louise forged new ways of thinking about obesity. As former director of nutrition at the Pritikin Longevity Center, she was the first to blow the whistle on the fat-free, high-carb craze of the 1980s. That happened in her first book, Beyond Pritikin, published in 1988. Dr. Louise predicted that a fat-free, carb-rich diet was actually creating weight gain, sugar cravings, fatigue, and even diabetes.
So my first book, Beyond Pritikin, introduces the whole concept of the right fats. And don't forget, this was at a time when I wrote Beyond Pritikin where no fat, low fat was the diet model of the day. So I talked about the importance of the right fats in terms of flax oil, in terms of GLA, and then made that part of a program called the 2-Week Fat Flush, which was introduced in my very first book.
Always ahead of her time, Dr. Louise set the pace for new health protocols in the 1990s with 4 more breakthrough books. She was the first to warn of the environmental hazards of parasites in her classic Guess What Came to Dinner? Parasites and Your Health. In another first, in the book Your Body Knows Best, Dr. Louise discusses our blood type and how one diet might not be right for every body. An idea that is only now becoming mainstream.
Your Body Knows Best was written because of my need to discover the perfect diet for every body. And what I discovered is that there's no such thing as the perfect diet for every person. Somebody can be a vegetarian while others really need meat to function properly. Some people do very well on soybeans, nuts, and seeds, and others simply can't digest them. So one man's meat is truly another man's poison. And I love My Body Knows Best because I think your body does know best.
One of the things Louise has really addressed quite effectively are what she calls the hidden factors in weight loss. And she talks about those very eloquently, and she's right on the money about them. Things like insulin resistance, things like stress, things like what we call false fat. And she addresses those very, very well and helps people to get those obstacles out of the way.
Dr. Louise was also the first to offer natural remedies for menopausal symptoms in Super Nutrition for Menopause. And she's widely credited for making popular the term perimenopause in her New York Times bestseller, Before the Change.
You know, when I wrote my books about menopause, Super Nutrition for Women, Before the Change, Super Nutrition for Menopause, it really was the discovery that I was going through myself in going through this very natural change of life. And what I learned is that you can actually get through it very healthfully and very sanely without using chemicals, without using horse estrogens, by using some of the natural things like vitamin E, the right kind of essential fats, and even certain kinds of topical creams like progesterone, which I found to be a magic bullet when it comes to hot flashes, night sweats, and even mood swings.
In 2002, Dr. Louise revolutionized weight loss in yet another New York Times bestseller, The Fat Flush Plan.
I think Fat Flush was an idea whose time has come because it became such a major success so early on in the program that not only did it surprise me, but it surprised my publisher. It was first promoted on iVillage, and then we found that at least 700,000 people were downloading the basic program.
Dr. Louise's latest Fat Flush program, Fat Flush for Life, was named by Time magazine as one of the top 10 new diets of 2010. It takes a seasonal approach to burning stubborn body fat all year long. A savvy and dynamic speaker, Dr. Louise has been featured on 2020, Dr. Phil, The View, Good Morning America, Extra, and The Early Show, and has appeared on almost every major television network. In addition, her work has been written about in a myriad of national publications, ranging from Time and Newsweek to Glamour and the Oprah magazine. Today, Dr. Louise continues to dedicate herself to carving out new landmarks in holistic health and healing based on science and ancient healing arts. Through her many books, her website, AnnLouise.com, and her Edge on Health blog, Dr. Ann Louise offers a virtual health support system for men and women that provides educational resources to empower people everywhere to achieve total health.